not this world that separates us both, making our pain the blessed song we sing to lullaby ourselves into a sleep. If only thou wert not a royal prince, that must for thy great nation be a lamb to sacrifice to make thy country strong, by spreading thy seed into some unloved hag who has a royal pedigree to sell. Farmer's wife, I envy so much more, whose man just vents his lust upon a whim, her skirts flown high as in the yellow fields, so rampantly they drink each other's fills, as if by right they state their lusty claims. Yet you, with all your princely attributes, your brilliant luminosity and gifts, and all the power that in your future lies, cannot anoint me with a stolen kiss. Ophelia!
Ophelia? Ophelia, my soul, I want no palaces or stately homes, no ceremony with stitched and empty smiles, no waking to a stranger in my bed, but to live each day and know that I'll see thee, to awake as if in waking I still dream. I will, believe me, oh my dearest heart, give thee 1,000,000 stolen kisses more, until thou begged and gasped for breath to live, so thou couldst suck down many thousand kisses more. Hamlet.
Dear darling Hamlet, insubstantial love, my noble prince, but more my heart and soul. I need the hand that wrote the sacred text to write his burning words now on my flesh. I cannot hold my trembling quill, the very ink I use turns into blood, since every stroke draws from my swollen heart the life I wish only to pass with thee. So write upon me all those singeing words, now trace upon my burning, yielding flesh those symbols of thy promises, my lord. I have thy bond, and now demand the gold. I must needs feel thy words turned into acts. Now take thy opportunity, be bold! Ophelia!
What acts, my darling? Tell me what thou thinkst. Although it's true, I know it all too well. But hunger for confession from thy lips, since thy bold words doth make my body swell, as if the words themselves were fingers, hands, and kisses too, on my soft flesh that grows, I blush to tell thee, on the thoughts of thee. But I must part from thee in haste, alas, since Rosencrantz and Guildenstern arrive to pay their salutations to the king. And as for him, one day I will disgorge the secret that is buried in my breast. But now I must needs entertain these pests. Hamlet.
Dearest darling, devoted and damned love, alone in my maid's bed, my naked flesh awaits thy fervent strokes, making my nipples rising crests, full stops, to stop thy mouth until they're swallowed up, and let thy sentences begin their trek, climbing the curving valleys of the moon, descending oh so slowly, till they reach a secret stream within a ravine, where they wish to slake their burning thirst and drink like lusty beasts, and stake their claims on every hill and dale and brook and cave. Ophelia!
Dear one, my treasure, my own beloved girl, your letter was a healing balm to me. To rub into my wounds, my love-pierced heart, shot by the arrows of outrageous fortune that keeps our love infamously apart. I drank your words down like a man possessed, and dreamed we lay together, side by side. Oh, darling, strange it was, delirious. My lips were yours, my thighs felt like your thighs. Oh, stop my mouth and thrust in there your weaving pretty tongue, so I might know. Oh, please not, quite despair. Heavens burning, my hand did cup your head, as I sucked up kisses from the ocean bed, still fearful. Will this magic dream dissolve? When now, just then, your hand did slowly draw my quiver, slowly felt it grasp and thread your bow, and then the stars, they seemed to burst, and then from them, I made a string of pearls that thou mightst wear upon thy ivory breast. Hamlet.
Thank you, darling, for the sweetest pearls that ever woman could so proudly wear. They glisten on my skin like tiny moons. But now, though watchdogs are abroad, my love, I fervently implore you to make haste and deliver those sacred moons to me yourself. I'm just amused when Brother Laertes warns me of the canker and the burn, with face so serious, whilst I must act the maid and little knows, poor innocent, that the bud has flowered full, and one black bumblebee has sucked the honey oh so many times, whilst happily my petals have engulfed the creature snuggling in my garden womb. Ophelia.
Dear heart, I will so desperately upon this night attempt to put my words into hot deeds. And so, Ophelia, await my knock. Upon the stroke of 12 I will be there. Oh, darling, I'm trembling with the thought, and fear you're an insubstantial dream, and I shall wake into a bitter world with no Ophelia to make it sweet, but only coldly grim and censoring brothers, overweening and joy-stealing fathers, and most lewd and unrespecting mothers, and lastly, the most vile and loathsome uncles. And yet all these truly cankered blooms, appoint themselves the gardeners of our souls. But we are spirits of another sort, and as you know, true love's first made in heaven, and no force on earth can sunder it, and so until midnight I shall be mute. I watch the clock until those hands point north. To lovers' eyes they scarcely seem to budge, while to the condemned man time seems to fly. So I shall pretend that I am he, awaiting to be hanged upon midnight, but oh, this hanging wait I eagerly, Hamlet.
Oh, sweetest and most darling love of mine, while I was floating between heaven and earth, anticipating every single joy, since you are joy personified to me, I fed upon the nectar of your words, lest I should die of thirst for midnight come. And so I plucked from our secret store those precious letters that contain your heart. Oh, how my blood did heat again in lust, warmed by the burning embers of your words, when just then, with my eyes half closed to blur the world outside so I might be alone with thee and make the waiting minutes lighter, rude, horrid sounds tore through the love-smote air and ripped it all to 1,000 shreds. My father crying, "What is that you read?" and snatched the emblem of your noble love from my struck, numb, and most fear-frozen hands. Before I could protest to him, "My love for him is sacred and by angels blessed," he mocked the words, and with shouts and villainous threats, "Don't even dare to touch it with your hands," I howled, "lest you defile its purity. For that," he says, "he will expose us to the king." So my brave and most adored by me, tonight, this special night now, cannot be. But think of me all through the darkened hours, and I, like Eurydice, will think of thee. So be an Orpheus and sing to me, and send your thoughts across the starlit skies. I'll stay awake and listen. But now, be wise, Ophelia.